Shalom and good day all, and welcome to the Fortress of Attitude, or Super Sun's Fortress of Attitude. And today we are reviewing Superboy, not Superman, Son of Kal-El, issue 14. And my goodness, do I have something to say, especially in relation to Jay the Villain Nakamura's villain name, I will say. Even though he wants us to believe that he's a hero, I think it's a perfectly great villain name. Because I think in Jay's mum's case, she needed a gossamer. So I think first things first, before I give the rating, and of course I'll make sure to have some pictures go up in this time period to give an indication of what gossamer actually is. So yes, you're getting a little bit of a history lesson before I actually move into the actual review itself. Now, gossamer is another term for an item that's used in sexual intercourse. That's right, a condom. My goodness, I did not expect to be Tom Taylor to be this stupid enough to sexualize your children. And guess what? He is. And in regards to Jay Nakamura, this villain called Gossamer, or the Gossamer Condom, he might as well be the condom man of the DC universe. And hopefully, whilst you're watching this, you'll get to see some of the pictures in relation to including Condom Man. Of course, it's a brand that was brought out ages ago. Of course, there is also Gossamer in regards to the person's name, but it's mainly been used in relation to items of sexual intercourse. Again, not something that you'd really want to be brought up, especially in the issue of a comic like this. I think with this title and this issue, this should actually be brought to mature rating, not T rating, mature rating. Because it seems that Tom Taylor isn't mature enough to make sure teens get to enjoy a really good story. And adults too. So, seeing that you've gotten that little quick lesson about the word gossamer, it's now time to move into the rating of the covers. And as you can see here, I've got 3 covers. And I'll give the rating for each one. For the first cover with Condom Man on the cover and Superboy, I gave it a 5 out of 10. For the second cover, to which we get to see a young Superboy, in fact, I think this is probably one of the best covers out of these, I gave a 9 out of 10. And for the third cover, I also gave a 9 out of 10. So I'll now get things organized in regards to the area of the internal arts, which we'll have a look around the beginning, middle, and end. You know what? Screw it. Let's go through the whole story this time around. Not half of it. Let's go through the whole thing. So as we start things off, as you can see, the art isn't too bad here. And, of course, we've got a bit of a cringe here with Lois Lane and the Truth. Come on, that's not really needed in the story. And, of course, we talk about, there's a bit of talk about Gamora and, of course, the Gamora files. You know, one thing as well with the story, it never actually shows where Jay Nakamura got these supposed files from. So that's another strike against his character. As we advance, we start to move into the area of Gamora and some of the things that are happening over Gamora until they get a shield over it. Of course, we meet up with the so-called revolutionaries, or should we say the terrorists that Jay Nakamura works with. And these connect to the Suicide Squad Bad Blood arc, to which I'm told in that story, the person behind that, who was the big bad, was actually Black Mask and not Bendix. So we have Tom Taylor ruining his own story, retconning his own story. And of course, a bit of discussion here. We move further into the story. And of course, we see Dreamer here. And last but not least, we have one of our favorite Super Sons turn up in this. And Damien does actually bring up something that is correct, is that the John we know wouldn't prejudge. And in regards to this one, he, even though he's talking to the fake Superman, the Superboy, it's still nice to see a bit of a hug between them. But of course, we have John taking Condom Man with him. So returning to the Fortress of Solitude, one place that Jay should not be. And of course, he's given a flight ring. Jumping to above Gamora, and of course he prepares to drop Condom Man into Gamora, to which he's got his flight ring. Things continue with the story. Jay phases in and out whilst trying to get to the scientist. As things continue, Jay has a bit of a talk and tries to get them to drop their shields. But there's a bit of a problem with this already, because the impression that we were given with the shields at the beginning is that these shields were actually came through a shot through somewhat a satellite over Gamora, and now we've got this happening here, to which it now implies that, it can only be shut down from within Gamora. So, if that's the case, we have a big problem here, especially with Tom Taylor's storytelling. So he screwed up this story. Of course, the revolutionaries get brought back into Gamora, and half-assed Dreamer has a daydream. I'm sorry, when she was first brought in, she was only shown that she can only get dreams by people who are asleep, not whilst they're awake. So, this is stupid. This is probably the worst thing ever in the story. And yeah, she relays, Jay's in trouble because his mother is going to kill him. Yeah, if you really wanted to raise the stakes in this, you've done a shitty job about it, Tom Taylor. Like, if you really wanted to raise the stake in this, how about you lay down, say, for example, there's 5 people that need to be saved, but John Samuel Kent can only save 3. That would be more of a risk. And last but not least, Jay encountering his mother. Personally, I hope John gets there too late. So, for the internal art, I gave this a 7.5 out of 10. Even though it was nice to see some action in the story, let's move to the next thing. The story rating. First things first, did we get any comic book references or comic references? Yes, we did. Suicide Squad, Bad Blood. Did we get any references in regards to time as to when this is taking place throughout the day? No, we didn't. No, it would help with the story. Like, is this being done at midday Gamoran time? Or is this being done midday Metropolis time? I don't fucking know. Of course, the locations we saw in this were Gamora. And of course, we had Lois, Bendix, Superboy, not Superman, Jay. Oh, we had the people who made up the Revolutionaries. Too many to name at the moment, but I'll get to the key ones. We also had Damian Wayne. We had Condom Man. Yep, that's what I'm going to call Jay Nakamura. Condom Man. We, of course, had Dreamer. And we also had Jay's mother. Well, for the overall story rating, I gave this a 6 out of 10. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review, as well as a little bit of history at the beginning in regards to the term of gossamer. And, of course, you'll be seeing some images in regards to gossamer, aka Condom Man of the DC Universe. Talk about completely stupid and super sexualizing your children. Care of Tom Taylor. This guy needs to stay out of mainstream canon permanently. Well, we'll see you again next time on the Super Sons Fortress of Attitude, to which the next Super Sons related thing that will be reviewed on the channel will be Robin. And see you next time at Super Sons Fortress of Attitude.